Welcome guys to another Age of Empires forecasted game. We have here in the color yellow playing as the Byzantines, it's Beastie. And in the color blue playing as the Rus, it's Elyona. Welcome everybody. This is EGC TV, the Elite Classic 2. Now, I decided to cast this game because I don't see Byzantines on tournaments that much. In fact, I don't think I've seen Byzantines before. So the last tournament when Beastie played, he stuck to what he already knew, right? No new sips or whatever, like no Byzantines for sure, no Order of the Dragon. It was too risky, you know, to play with them without knowing too much about them. But he has been cooking now, and he has been playing a lot with Byzantines, with Order of the Dragon, with Crucies, pretty much every sip, you know. And this is the first time we're gonna see him using Byzantines in a tournament. Oh, Elyona getting that third scout there. Now, I'm really positive. I'm really happy these days just because the weather is changing. I know it's not a big deal for some of you, but here it's really cold. It's really cold in China. Talking about 0 degrees at night. I know there are some places it's colder, but where I come from, Lima, Peru, we have amazing weather. It's like the weather, it's supposed to be like first world country weather. It's something like that. It's just stable, not too hot, not too cold. Pretty much almost never rains. Completely predictable. You can wear the same thing the whole year and just wear a sweater on winter and you're done. But here, man, I'm not used to this kind of cold. It's been a lot of months, and it's the first time of the season where actually the weather is gonna change. I know for some of you guys, if you live in United States or Europe or pretty much any other place that is not Lima, Peru, it's like you're used to this weather changes, but I am personally not. I'm very happy. I never thought about getting happy when seeing the weather actually change like 1 degree like next week. Like I'm genuinely happy. Anyway, let's get back into this game. Beastie, aging up with 3 villagers. Gonna be the Grand Winery in the back. Already putting some stone here. Essentially level up his cisterns. And Elyona putting the Kremlin in the front. Kind of protects the deer in some way, yeah. Protects the gold, protects another gold, actually. And protects the stump. Same might protect the berries. Protects the wood line. S tier. Kremlin can't get better than these guys. Like, this is a great position for him. And you know, Rus is just such a stable position, a stable civilization to play in tournaments, just because they don't have bad matchups. Like, at least you are like a little bit better than the other one, but or equal, but not worse. And it's such a stable sip. Has a lot of pros to it, not so much cons, and it's just a great save to play in tournaments. Before, it used to be banned a lot because typically what they have, it was just second TC, unavoidable second town center. It's just so good. But now with more civilizations, we are seeing more, you know, more variations of these civilizations in the tournaments, which I really enjoy watching. Like, I don't want to watch a tournament where it's like, oh, the Malians are so strong, like you just don't see them, right? But so far, I think we're seeing a little bit of everything here, which makes me really happy. Pretty much same as the weather. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but if you're enjoying this video, just give a like, subscribe if I have mentioned that before, forgive me about it. That's the only advertising I do during these videos, the only one. Just because, you know, just people forget to give those even though they want. I personally do that. Like it's really nice video, and I just watch it and then I leave. But it helps. It helps. It helps me to see which people like it, and especially which people don't like it. Like if you don't like the video, definitely go put the thumbs down and let me know in the comments why you don't like it, and I will try to improve little by little. Elyona going for that second town center. Already there, almost there. Meanwhile, Beastie going for a second town center himself. He's gonna put it next to the berries. He's just gonna have a lot of olive oil for him. And just Elyona will just try, you know, to cause some annoyance for him. And this might not be a big deal, but at this point in the game where you only have a few villagers, one of them is not working. In fact, it's not only not working, it's actually, you know, repairing with wood. You know, this is what you have, and this is why these players are so good. They can cause damage in any different way. Like they can push your deer, they can just torch one house with whatever they have. It's just, you know, damage is damage, and a little bit of an advantage, then it goes a long way in this kind of matchups where you have professionals competing against each other. Every little advantage you can have, you should get it. Let's go back to income per minute. Looks like this is just gonna send the scouts. That's what he has for now. One barracks. It's gonna send that Limitane. Essentially one of the best spears in the game. I will say Limitane along with the Abbasid dynasty. It's a really good one. Look at those houses. Beautiful houses. I love these designs for the houses. I think this is gonna be my next project here. Probably the Byzantines house. I know I say a lot, like the Mansa Quarry, the like a lot of Malian buildings I want to build in Unreal Engine 5. Let's see. I'm just having a little bit of a hard time finding some time to work on those. We already see the first knight being built, as well as the archery range. And walls coming up for Beastie. Probably. I don't think he just can't avoid fighting in Feudal Age. At least you need some units to defend. But if you can learn something from Beastie, it's walling. He's great at walling. He likes walling. And, you know, like Trump basically describing Elon Musk like, oh yeah, he likes rockets, he's good with rockets, like he plays with rockets. That's Beastie. He likes walls, he's good with walls, he plays with walls. Yeah. And you know, it's great because walls allow you to have more control over what's happening in the game. Now suddenly your opponent only have 2 available locations where they can harass, not like you don't know where he's coming. It's like the shadows or something like that. Another wall coming here and another wall coming here, and it's almost guaranteed that Beastie is thinking about going castle. If you put so many walls, like, you don't want to fight your opponent, you want to delay his attack as long as possible, and you can already see like Beastie just getting those javelin throwers is gonna be building that army from the olive oil. Now let's see if he's really interested in going into Castle Age or not. But for sure, it's gonna play very defensively at the moment. Already 7 archers for Elyona. Blacksmith coming here. Like Beastie will stay in the Feudal Age a little bit longer. Gonna get those upgrades. The walls is about to be finished. Looks like he won't be able to finish this time. Already scout his opponent. Limitani in position. Siege engineering being researched by Elyona actually. Meanwhile, Beastie finishing off all the eco upgrades. It's always good when you finish those upgrades, you feel so good about yourself. It's like, finally, there's nothing that can stop me from going castle. Like, I got my upgrades, I got my economy, everything's great. Like more javelin throwers will come here. Like a little bit of population space. Meanwhile, putting extra, those houses will act as outposts here in the sense that they will have more vision. They're a really cool tech for the Byzantines. All the houses actually provide a lot of vision. And now he knows his opponent is coming from this side. Looks like he won't finish the wall. Archer's just gonna build a ramp here. I know Elyona has a target. Like, let's just stop the second DC. And if we take down the second town center, we have a big chance of winning this game. We will be ahead. But BC already have a lot of units. Not any kind of unit. Limitane and javelin throwers do a great job against these archers and the knights here. So it's, I think he's gonna be having a good time defending this. Level 4 cistern are ready for Beastie. Researching survival techniques, +1 range attack already there for Elyona. With 16 archers. Like, he will be waiting with his battering ram there. And at this point, you don't know if your opponent is fully committed to actually push into your base or just go back. So you need a confirmation, and that's exactly what Beast is doing. Sending the scout here just to check his opponent. Like, he's still interested in, you know, pushing. Because if he's pushing, I cannot stop producing units. I need to keep producing units. I need to keep, you know, getting those defensive units, otherwise I'm gonna die. And now we see the battering ram here. Just gonna push through this wall. It will be closer to the town center. We see with a very decent amount of units. I don't think he will have any trouble defending this. But we're talking about early knights here. Potentially, if Elyona micros this will, could take down the javelin thrower mass of Beastie. Like the battering ram. I focus on the house. Limitane. Gonna attack the battering ram. Unfortunately, Elyona is not around. Gonna protect that battering ram. Remember, the battering rams now take more damage. Takes down the house. Knights trying to connect with those archers, but they just don't have enough space. There are a lot of Limitane here. You don't want to lose your knight mass. It's the most precious unit you have. The archer numbers are just not there yet. There is a space for him to go, but Limitane already went back, and the battery rams got destroyed. So looks like Elyona invested pretty much a lot of resources into something that didn't work quite well for him. And BC is already sitting with level 5 cistern, already putting that olive groves, starting that farm transition. Look at that. Very safe base. Meanwhile, his opponent, let's take a look at his base. Let's take a look at his production. 6 archer rangers, 3 stables. This is a guy that is committed to actually push into his opponent's base. Just gonna be throwing more and more archers. He has plenty of wood to do so. 10 archers are already on the making. Wooden fortress being built here next to the board. And now BC is just going for it. Limitane. It's gonna connect actually with the knights. Gotta be careful not to lose those knights. Javelin throwers doing a really decent job. Numbers still looking good for Elyona. He just called the militia. And the knights, looks like they will clean this up, but there is still a lot of limitane here. Knight numbers still solid for him. And looks like the javelin throwers will be forced to go back. More limitane reinforcements coming here. Looks like they're gonna be safe for the moment. Managed to take down those knights. Gotta be careful not to lose them. I mean, your most important unit here is a knight at the roost, because your opponent doesn't have anything. I mean, they have spears, but with big numbers, the knights will always win in equal numbers. So I hate to see Elyona losing this mass. Investing a lot of resources on those archers. More knights coming, but looks like the military numbers for Elyona are just not there yet to push into Beastie's base. Farm transition looking good for Beastie. It's gonna be very safe in this area. He's very well protected. That's just like beautiful base. It's always nice to see those Byzantines base, especially with the aqueducts. And a tower here actually denying Elyona from going into that boar. Just gonna grab it here. Gotta be careful not to lose that villager. Loses the villager, but manage to build a wooden fortress here. Meanwhile, emplacements going for this outpost. And I guess one of this is gonna be in range, but I think he's gonna be fine. I think he's gonna be fine, but now Beastie going with the limitane. Javelin throwing limitane, a deadly combo here. It's a very deadly combo. Knights running. Tree doesn't allow us to see what the hell is going on. Limitane gonna get destroyed there. And now the villagers will run here. Already 6 villager kills for Beastie. It's gonna take down that wooden fortress. No emplacements here, so it's gonna be an easy peasy. Meanwhile, Elyona going for the trade house. Beastie with really solid numbers. I think as soon as he goes for the high trade house, he's just gonna go for it. In the back of his base also. Here you go. Golden Horn Tower. But his opponent is rushing the high trade house. So he's just gonna be having those upgrades soon. Militia gets called here. And now more limitane, more javelin throwers for Beastie. And Elyona goes Castleish, gets those man at arms. Ready for in queue. And looks like Beastie will go back. He will wait for his upgrades to come. He has plenty of gold. Actually, almost can go Imperial if he wanted to save a little bit more. He's not gonna do that, of course. He's gonna get those upgrades. Elyona getting veterancy for those knights. And archers. Already not an early knight anymore. It's a knight. Archers getting veterancy. The number is not there yet. Man at arms will come soon. It's gonna be able to take this outpost down. Now this is already reinforced, so it's gonna take some time. While more berries being gathered here. It's gonna have plenty of olive oil. Veterans upgrade for the mercenaries. It's coming soon. And also teardrop shields. Like we're gonna No, I don't think we're gonna see Cataphracts. Just gonna be playing with that Limited. And the archers are very veteran. The javelin throwers are not, but they do have a lot of range armor. So when you want to fight against those, it's just not really good for you. You need those knights. You need those melee infantry weapons. And now we have the veteran Limited. Just gonna raid with them, you know, it's just gonna be Limited and javelin throwers here. Have camel riders coming soon. Definitely a good unit against a civilization that goes to knights. And just one Limited just gonna cause a lot of chaos here. And be careful not to lose that villager. Like, they can fight. They can. These boys are strong. And looks like we have a big fight here. Limited against those knights. Knight numbers very low at the moment. Archers still not in big numbers compared to the javelin throwers. And the javelin throwers keep pushing. Looks like Elyona will be forced to go back to his base, and BC already having 95 military army. Showing how scary the Byzantines can be. Elyona just getting more man-at-arms, but now Beast is getting crossbows of his own. So they're not gonna be really useful at the moment. 3 relics already coming home for Beastie. Classic wall a lot to distract. And the Limited is just gonna go against those villagers. More villagers going down. 18 so far in this game. And Elyona taps out. Will play by these 2 players. I'll put a link in the description where you can follow Beastie and EGCTV. Go watch them live. Have great matches going on right now this weekend. I'll see you in the next one.